Oh, hey guys. Sorry, I didn't see you come on. How's that? That should be better. Who's that? That's Malte? Malte? I'm not sure how I say that. Nothing. Yeah, I had my mic muted. Hmm. Oh, you know the usual. I usually give them 2-3 minutes to get started. A couple of interesting choices here. Yo, yo. Frank the Tank. That's a good handle. Sound is good. Okay, thanks, guys. I promise I will not make the same mistake I made last week and forget to turn off my stupid disclaimer. I don't do that because I want to. I do it because they make us do it. Okay, good. Well, yeah, I'll give it another minute or two. Kind of a wild lineup today, which I like, right? You know, it's the same shit over and over. That's why I do it this way. I like to see what the members are tracking and how they're approaching it. All right, what do we got? 32, another minute. Yeah, my team who does the editing hates the longer I ramble here in the beginning because he has to edit it out. All right, let's see. So first up, let's say a couple of new members. 2 assets. I've choose one I've never looked up before. It does not matter. All right, what are we at? 32. All right, we'll go with 33. Satoshi McAfee, welcome aboard. All right, there's 33. Okay, enough. All right. Last week, I think I went for 20 minutes with the fucking disclaimer on. Let's get it off of there. All right, there it goes. If you guys saw my setup here, I have to put the chat way off to the side, or I can't, because I have to keep the OBS. Anyway, none of your concern. Okay, so this is I think these are a couple of new members here. This is Gratitude 786. I had not seen. It looks like it's a gal. It's so rare to see a gal in here. I'm so glad to see that. I've long believed that women are better traders. So I'm curious right now. I don't know that this is a gal, that the avatar is. I've never looked at this before. So before we get started here, just I know we have a wide variety of with some old, some new people that join us here. Just for a very quick review, what we do here is I ask the members to give us, I really ask for 6 or 7. Usually I end up with more than that. Depends, right, on how they're feeling about the markets. It's almost a good sentiment indicator as to how many assets get posted. If they're bored and nothing's moving, I have to really, it's like pulling teeth to get them to give me assets. Certainly no shortage of volatility in, everywhere you look, right? I mean, talk about a melt up in the equity markets. We are definitely in one. I've seen this before more than a few times. I mean, it's going to go up until it doesn't, right? It's just absolute mania, right? Just no top in sight. At least that's the general sentiment, which always makes me a little uneasy. But as they say, bull markets climb a wall of worry. So this is just a weird. I've got a little DeFi, very little traditional here. So everybody's chomping at the bit at crypto traders. chomping at the bit for an alt season. It looks like members are kind of sharing some of that sentiment. So let's just dive in here. So this is first up from Gratitude 786. Again, I've never looked at Dent. I have no idea what they do. There's so many crypto coins now. It's how do you keep track of it? But just approaching this, right, and that's often why I do this cold. I don't prep any of these. I wanted the idea is that particularly for members of those that just tune in to watch what we do here. I'm trying to take you through the thought process, right? So if it's all pre-done, right, you don't get the benefit. So I do believe this is a better teaching format. So that you get the thought process. Now, sometimes that means that, I can't get a chart. I mean, sometimes in the limited amount of time I have here before you guys start nodding off, sometimes I get stuck, right? I can't get one, but we'll always come back to it. Sometimes I need a little assist because I've got, let's see, four master Ellioticians on my team. And I'd be the first to tell you they're all better Ellioticians than I am. So sometimes I'll refer to them, see if we can get a count that works here. For this coin here, this is some pretty ugly Elliott, right? So now when I say that, we get pigeonholed as so much because we use Elliott Wave. That's not all we do. So if you're looking at something like this, I mean, do you have an advantage here from Elliott? Well, I would look at it. Now we are in log scale here, so let me just do it this way. Let's I've got one here that's just for log. Discounted premium, right? It's just simple. Where do we have value, right? Are you buying under value? You can make a case here. I mean, certainly you could make a case that you've got, let's use this here. This looks like the order block that held the market down. How do we know it's a decent order block? Because we go down, then we get displacement, right? So again, retail cannot do that. Only the big dogs can do that, right? So we know this is a reasonable location for an order block. Now, as we look here on the range here, you might look here and say, okay, well, is that enough? Do I just buy it now because I'm buying it in the discount zone? The market's reacting off of an order block. We're just barely tapping into it. Do you see? I mean, is there enough here to go? Right? Should just go? Well, often. See if that's me. Let's zoom in there a little bit. What can we say objectively here? It's so easy to let oh shit, look at the thing's going, right? What can we say objectively about what's here? And again, I'm just looking at this first time with you as you are looking at this. I just see lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, double top. Do not get a higher high, lower low. Now, regardless of whether you're trying to put a count on that, an Elliott count on it, looks like you might squeak by there. If not, you just do it as a diag. Okay, so why are you assuming that the next thing to happen is going to be the break? Now, I'm not saying it's not going to happen, but why not let it happen? There's no indication here that the trend has really changed, at least out here on the daily. It's still, right now, lower low, lower high. Okay, well, so now we could, let's go to a 4 here, see if it looks any better in here. So now, this is something weird going on with this happened to me the other day, where I couldn't take stuff off. I didn't have this up here. I don't know what that's all about. See, I put this on 4 times because I couldn't get it to show. So let's take that off. Maybe that's something new they're doing. You got to take, that seems odd. But I digress. So do we see an impulse here? You probably make a case here for a diag that you could get yourself started into a 1-2. It's not a great, so you'd have to stay. If we went 3, 4 here, do you have it? It's iffy. I wouldn't call that a great looking impulse here that I'm dying to participate in. If anything, I'd want to see this complete. If indeed, we can look down here if we bring this up a little bit. Here's the push, right? And then again, this is just the difference between the two moving averages. So the big push here, right? So we can see if a candidate for a 3. Could you do it here? Yes. ABC. 1, 2, definitely not 3. Right? So you'd have to be finishing in a diag. So you start in a diag, a little iffy on that. Let's go to a 2. As to whether or not I have a decent, do I have an impulse here? You know, it's a little generous to label it that. Here that we open up the 3 here looks a little bit better. So actually that looks like it. You have to go A, B, C, A, B, C, A, B, C. So I put it up here. So it's enough to where, okay, well, you know, perhaps Gratitude 786 has some particular insight into why this is a particularly good project. I have zero, and I mean zero idea what they do, why they exist, what their utility is. I don't know if it's a meme coin or if it's part of Web 3.0 or it's gay. I don't know anything about it, but I don't really need to. Now, if I was going to take a bigger, you know, some sort of significant position here, I'd want to certainly dig a little bit deeper. But as a technician, right, it's you know, said often, the first assumption the technician makes is that all the fundamentals that can be known at any moment in time are reflected in that price. That's where the market values it. So do I need to know? Do I need to dig into all the fundamentals? Well, okay, I'd probably want to keep some sort of geometry on this. Okay, it's a little, you know, a little overshoot here, some undershoot. Okay, right, I'd keep an eye on this. So really all I'd be looking for here is just, all right, if I'm going to hold a retracement here, well, let's see if I can keep this, you know, looking like a kind of a choppy 1, which is not unusual given all of this downward pressure here. Like, oh, we're trying to get up here and get a higher high, but this would be where you'd get at least some sort of a change of character here, where it's not just lower, low, lower, high, lower, 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 right? Just ongoing here. So a little micro trend here on a 2-hour here, on higher, high, higher, low, higher, 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 higher. Okay, well, I'm coming up into some resistance, right? I've broken the algo resistance at this degree, right? It's what clearly broken. Interesting. Look at the reaction here, right? Again, it's not random, not coincidental. That was the algo firing. It's just broken. So what's the algo going to do? Well, this double top up here, I mean, how do we not notice that? So what, I mean, at this point in time, you'd be, ideally, we just start the retrace. Come down to something like this. Now, is the market going to give us that? Well, of course, there's no knowing. But wouldn't that be the ideal setup as opposed to buying it now? What would your edge be? What's your edge in the market if you're buying it here? Well, you say, well, I'm in the discount. But as we get down to a lower degree here, what is your edge? Genuine question to consider, right? My suggestion would be you don't have one. So what are you looking for? Some signs that we've got a top here, so I can get something to come down here that would make sense. Oh, why would it stop here? Oh, well, okay, if we're going to do a traditional ABC, a little zigzag, or you know, who knows what it's going to be, but okay, I got to come down here to something that would make sense here. So okay, well, we've got some imbalances here, or some inverse fair value gaps. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, now I'm going to come up here. Am I going to get a failure swing here, which is often the case, right? It creates the B wave, and then we get the little break of structure saying, oh, hey, okay, a little micro trend has started down here because I got, you know, some people will tell you one break is enough, others will make it 2, but that would just be a little ABC. Would come down here to the 50 where we have an imbalance. Now, of course, it could go deeper. There's no, right? You'd have an order block down here. You don't know. There's no knowing. So, okay, here, maybe a nibble here. It's certainly reasonable to take a first shot at it. But I always like to leave. If I'm buying at the 50, I like to leave a little in reserve in case I'm going to get a full move to the golden zone or this order block. So it's nothing here. Now, if we kick a little higher and this 5 comes up here, then this gets a little more interesting. But, you know, how are you going to count that? That's going to be get real tricky. I don't think that seems less likely. And of course, you know, again, Elliott, you know, as we look at these, it's Wednesday the 23rd. At this moment in time, it looks like the path of least resistance here will start to be lower. I get in there. Yeah, we've already filled that. You kind of gotta wait, right? I certainly wouldn't be a buyer up here. Now, that's me, right? I wouldn't buy here, right? I like it down here, but why am I gonna buy at the top of the 5th of the 5th? Well, I guess in this case, pardon me, it would be the 5th of the 3rd of the 1st. Excuse me, it takes me a little time to warm up. Oh, get out of there. 1 looking for 2, 3, 4, 5. This seems like a reasonable place to approach it. Let's change that color. That's how I would set it up right there. I mean, what? I don't see a better alternative. But you could argue, okay, is this a 3, 3? Is this a flat here, and we're going to go 1, 2, maybe. A lot of maybes there. But okay, if that happens, let's just assume that it does, right? If okay, oh, we're going to kick, oh, and we're going to go higher. Oh, okay, can we break this pivot up here? Right, that would be more interesting. But now look what we're doing here. We're extending that fifth way, way, way up here. Possible? Yes. Probable? You know, that would be a little Abby, normal. So I think you just sit here. Okay, looks good. Wait list, or watch list, I should say. Watch list. Come on down. Like you down here. I still, right, this would be a target that would be significant. So I'd have this pretty, you know, that double top that's up here. I'd be sure that was clearly marked off. Obviously, market felt like we got a little expensive here. Okay, let's go down. Seems pretty reasonable. Maybe catch it right there. Now, as always, right, I would never sit here with a limit order, right? I want to see the reaction. But this is what I would hope for. ABC 1, 2. Right, so then I can define the risk, right? So it becomes just almost a no-brainer. I don't have to worry about it. I don't go, oh fuck, I don't know where to put the stop. I don't know what to do here. Where do I put it here? Where do I here? Right? I mean, you want to give that a little room like this. Okay, what's the minimum target? Well, there's the algo target right there, sitting right. If we get this now, that's dependent on this beautiful, you know, the algo target here right up at the double top. That's dependent on whether or not that's the hard pivot, and we can't really say that for sure just yet. Okay, right. So the idea being, well, if it comes a little bit lower, how much do you like it? Right. That's really what you're saying here, right? Would you add another one? Right here, right? Risk is going to be smaller, reward's going to be bigger. Combine the two, and you probably end up somewhere about here. And still keeping that as a target. 5.7 to 1. Now, it's easy to look at that as a crypto trader and go, oh, 5 to 1? Fuck, where's the 50 to 1? No, I mean, prior alt seasons, right, I think have distorted expectations where people are like, 5 to 1? Fuck, next, please. What's wrong with 5 to 1? You can probably trade some leverage, right? Well, whenever you can reduce the risk here and keep it logical, practical, and not hopium, you could lever that. You know, it's going to sting a little more because if it rolls over and you get stopped out, that's going to sting. But, you know, the upside, you got to make that decision, right? Is it worth the additional risk of getting liquidated there? I think it's pretty straightforward one. Again, not the prettiest impulse off the low, but certainly tradable. Okay, thanks for that one. Gratitude. Okay, these were all earlier in the week. I think they were just posting ahead of time, just ahead of the live stream, right? So again, new members, right? They don't quite know our schedule yet. This is another one. This came from Brian. Well, that's some interesting font he's using. Brian for Ethena. Pump dump. Now, of course, in log scale, it's looking a little different, but not so different, right? This is where I always want to look at both. I don't want to, it distorts. So, I mean, it really can be substantial. For something like this, okay, do I need to be in log scale? Well, maybe not, right? If you come over here on the assumption, okay, so we're going to use this as our low. I'm not going to try and connect the two, right? I should make that point. I'm not looking at this. Again, it's me, right? You know, there's no right? This is just how I would look at it, right? I don't want to connect the two. I'm not thinking 1, 2. I'm just going, okay, whatever we did here, this was just up and back. Markets do it all the time, right? Crypto, that's the normal route. Okay, so here's the low I'm going to work from. I don't care this. I'm not thinking 1, 2. I'm just going, okay, I got a new pivot. And did down here, all right, with all the ingredients there that we'd want to look for, right? Did we sweep some liquidity, right? Did some stops get blown out, right? Some liquidity get grabbed. That's the poor. You can see the heartbreak there. The guy said, I know this thing's going to go. I know, please. I know it's going to go. I know it's going to go. Motherfucker, stop me out. And then happens every day, right? It's just so common, right? So if you look here and you look at how that happened, right? Here's the sweep, right? And you can see it was one time framing on the way down here, right? So you get this perfect shot here, right? Where we don't with no lows, or pardon me, no highs are taken. It's just a straight shot down. Then okay, a little consolidation. Now here, look at the displacement here. Now those are the ingredients you want to look for. Now you might look here and say, well, God, was there anything here? No. So, what was it that I could have latched onto here to participate in there? Well, perhaps nothing. Let's go to a 2 and see if there was any little clue here. Not really. You kind of stayed in a box, right? Sometimes we're going to come here and we're going to see these and go, well, there really wasn't a chance here, because if that were me, I'd be sitting here looking at this going, oh, okay, looks like something. I'd be looking down here. Maybe I can get in down here and go. Right? And so sometimes you're just going to miss them, right? It's just the harsh truth of trading. You're not going to be on board for every pump. Yeah, is that even? Probably the most generous here. 1, 2, 3. You could probably talk yourself into this. 3 fish. I'd probably put it here as a flat. 5. Okay, now let's pull out a little bit. Again, kind of a bumpy start, right? Are we going? Or are we not? No, we're not. No, are we going? Yes, we are. No, oh no, we're not. Oh, here we go. Okay. So a little bit, just little tells along the way, things to look for. Did we sweep something here? So you can look at this and go, oh, what happened here? Well, oh, why did it retrace? Well, that's a little micro break, right? It's lower, low, lower, high, lower, low, lower, lower, accumulation. Oh, a little tick here. Note, it's wick only. Well, kind of the same thing. Well, we are retracement traders, so I'd be looking at that going, okay, bring it on down. What's the mystery here? If it's going to go, it's going to go, right? This would be, okay, I got a 1. I mean, it's not, we're not, the all season hasn't gone far enough to where we can start really locking into, okay, we've got some 1s. Maybe this is going to get more interesting, right? We're going to get some of this going if indeed alt season is going to come and run. Maybe we'll get some of this. But I mean, just even if I go down to a 1 here, let's do zig in there. You might have an ABC there. Doesn't look like it's done. It's not particularly challenging, Elliott. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? We can just see the swings. It's not like, oh shit, how do you count that thing? Now, is it beautiful? No. But is it 5 swings? Yes. Does the market move in 5s and 3s? Well, what follows the 5? Oh, where are you here? What follows the 5? 1, 2, 3. 5 followed by 3. Right there it is in Ethena. Does the market move in 5s and 3s? I challenge you that every live stream, because I want you to make your own decision there. I'm going to show you the evidence, right? You just make your own decision. So, okay, does it look like I have a complete 5? No, we know this from Elliott, right? The market moves begin and end in 5s. Period. Now, is that perfect? Is every move always going to be? But there's no 5 there. You said everything's 5. No, it's, of course, right? There's no absolutes, and Elliott's not perfect. But when we see a clear 5 followed by a 3, pay attention. Now, this looks like I'm just getting started here. Like, oh, okay, 1, 2, 3. Oh, man, I got a 4, I got a 5, right? Oh, shit. Oh, maybe it'll drop in just perfectly. It happens often. You just got to be there. You got to be aware of it, right? So what would the reasonable thing to do here? I'm going to do it right now. I'm going to I'm going to put an alert right there. I can do it, because I'll trade that. As I say often, some of the best trades I get all year long are from live streams, right? I can't watch everything. So if we come in here, I'm going to get interested. God damn, I keep hitting that. Right there. I guess I'd have to take that up. All right, ABC in here. Okay, is that my 2? Okay, I'm interested. Swing, retrace, right? 5 followed by 3. What would we be looking for? So maybe it's the 50, maybe it's lower, right? We're looking for some sort of kick and then a retrace, right? So then I can go, oh. Now, if I were to get that here, and I'm just drawing, typical wave relationship, that can be the 3? Well, could be. Could be, but at this degree, wouldn't you think, I might think 1 of 3. Now, of course, it could be much smaller than that. You'd bring it down here. We'd do something like this. Well, then you're like, oh, okay. That's not the 3. That's the 1 of the 3, right? That's all. You prefer not to have a runaway like, oh, jeez, I can't quite tell. Is that the 3 or the 1? 1 of the 3. You'd prefer to have something like this where we just go up here and sweep the liquidity. So all the shorts that are sitting here just get bent over and ask rate because, just how it works. So the breakout here, this would suck retail in. Oh, Ethena's going. Of course, what do we know happens? Again, there's no absolutes, but the majority of the time, after a major pivot is run, what break of structure? What do we anticipate? Right, same thing, right? Right. What? Because who's buying here? Retail. You certainly would have to say the majority of the time are wrong because they do stupid shit like buy breakouts in crypto, right? Now, again, there are places, right, in the market and across the asset classes, particularly in equities, where breakouts can be quite effective, but not in crypto or futures or forex, right? You're just asking to get bent over there. You're just asking for it. And plus, as I say this often, right, the stress level is going to get so high because you did something kind of stupid. Think about discount retail or premium, right? Are you buying it? I mean, you're paying the highest possible price you could since June. What do I got there? 22nd of June. I'm paying the maximum, the highest price I can possibly pay. And so that's my edge. I'm going to buy the breakout because I like to pay the most that I can pay. I mean, I don't mean to be condescending, but that's kind of what they do. Thankfully, they do it. Right? And they'll keep doing it because there'll be a new batch of retail comes in every day. They don't know. They don't understand. They think they've read somewhere, buy the breakout. And it's fortunately for us, you just sit and wait. Right now, again, there are no absolutes, right? This market could go to the, I have no fucking idea, right? It could go to the moon. But I'm just telling you, what you want to trade abnormal, or what do they usually do? That's what they usually do. Wouldn't that be your edge? Well, 72% of the time after a breakout, we get a retrace. Is that good enough for you? I'll tell you what you will not find anywhere in any research. 72% of the time, breakouts lead to massive gains. Go ahead, try and find it. Ask ChatGPT. You will not get that answer. Okay. Steve is helping out Gratitude on how to post. Right? Maybe she'll get that next time because I'm letting it slide because I think they're new members. They don't know how to post these charts yet. Okay, this is, how do I say this? Xanactos is good. This is all of a sudden, these guys kind of came out of nowhere. PENGU. Copy link. All right. Shit, do I have something else in there? I think I have Bitcoin Silver or Bitcoin Satoshi. Shocked Andres. I think he's on vacation. Didn't post his Bitcoin Silver. It's actually starting to look decent. 1 week he's not here. All right, hang on. TradeDevils. Mike, what's wrong? Mike Bug? Talk to me. Here, let me bring you guys over here. Oh, fuck me. Come on. Mike Bug. Oh, shit. Come here. All right, let's get over here. What was we saying? So, oh, shit. If I bring that in here, you're going to see. See, this is what I see. Let's see if you guys see what I see. Yeah, you do. Okay, your Mike Bug. Yeah, here, connection might be this. Okay, let me jiggle the cord. Let's see. Better. Just ping in. Yes. Oh, so you're saying yes, a bug? Fuck, I don't know what a bug would be. Mike Bug. I've got the thing pinned all the way up. Check. Yeah, so there. Your voice sounds like a robot. What the fuck? Hang on. Now I'm looking at all the things I have to tweak here. I don't know what that could be, guys. I really don't. Let's see. Well, I just tried all the connections again. Hang on. Let me bring you guys over here. You don't see what I see. My voice looks like a robot. It sounds like a robot. All right. Well, hopefully this. I just fucked with all the chords. Level looks good. Try to listen to live. Yeah. Fuck me. I don't know what it could be. I can't see if I do that. I'll fuck the thing up. Oh, hang on. Let's see. What would that be? Let me take it. Well, I risk blowing the thing up here. That's going to take me off. Let's bring it back on. Okay, I just turned it off and back on. Is that any better? I can't get any closer to the mic. And then a weird noise appears. What the fuck? I have no idea, guys. Same setup I do every week. All right, well, no, I don't have anything else to tweak other than to shut the whole thing down and start again. So I'm going to soldier on here and see if it gets any better with time here. I'm watching you guys. Yeah, sorry that's all happening. Let me get this switched over here. It's weird because it's the same thing I do every week. I never change it. Gain. Let me turn the gain. You want the gain higher? The gain is all the fucking way up. Mike, I could turn this down. Down. Is that better? Better. Better. Oh man, you guys are way behind me. All right, let's try that. Hopefully that's a little bit better. I'm gonna watch here. Depeche, yeah, I just tweaked the gain. Oh, maybe it's too hot. Let me take it back just a little bit. Better. And the gain, let's move back. Yeah, I'm out of things to check. The noise appeared all of a sudden. Now, oh fuck, it's no better? God damn it. Hang on. Noise all of a sudden, I don't know how it happened, but it's making very weird crackling sounds. Okay, hang on. Let me try and unplug the cord. Hang on, let's see. Maybe, no, it wouldn't be that. If I, oh man, how to kill a live stream. Check. Shit, Depeche, I don't know what to try. New audio device detected, don't switch. All right, so I just Okay, reset the audio. Is that any better? That is good. Oh, fucking A, thank you. All right. That's the thing about live streams. You don't get to do over. All right, let me get this off here and regroup. All right, hopefully that's going to be better. So sorry, guys. That's frustrating for me, I promise you. Okay, where was I? How do I say this? Xanax. It looks like Xanax. Xanactose. Well, Xanactose has got some good-looking Elliott here. This is a nice-looking chart. Okay. I just keep seeing these. All of a sudden, this penguin is just getting a lot of traction. This looks interesting. I'm just curious, right? I can't resist checking that, right? So there's a perfect 50, which is worth noting, right? It's not always going to be golden, right? The 50 is where they start. This is really nice work, Xenactos. Very nice. Like look how he's got everything nailed, right? This is why I do it this way. I like to see how they're approaching what we're teaching them. So the only thing he missed here was the corner, right? Maybe he had it, just hadn't added it yet, or had already taken it off. Just a pretty, right? So, okay. Again, right now this is Penguin spot on Bybit. Does the market move in 5s and 3s or not? Well, that's 5, 3, 5, 3, 5. Followed by, to complete one cycle, followed by, now there's complexity here. 2, 3, 5, 3 to a 50% retracement. Followed by 5, 3, 5. It's funny, I always feel like I have to validate Elliott Wave. Right? There's so many Elliott Wave haters. Which it is always so weird to me, the number of people that tell me Elliott Wave is bullshit in my comments. Like, which part of this is the bullshit? The 5s or the 3s? Or the fact that you're too lazy to put the effort in to learn it? Well, that's what I like to say to them. I don't respond well to those. Okay, so right, for those of you that are here, right, you recognize the genius of Elliott, 5s and 3s, right? It's so simple, yet there we go. So as we come off of the 1, 2, what are we looking for? Well, we're looking for a 3 up here, right? So he's an Actos, right? He's certainly studied Elliott Wave, and he studied our stuff as well because he's got all of our content on here. So we get a perfect corner pocket. What do we know from when we get this corner pocket, right? Again, I don't make this shit up. Uh-oh. Right, what that means is that I have, as long as this pivot holds, right, emphasis point, I have 80% probability of getting to the median line. Did I get there? So you might look at that and go, well, fuck, man, can't you tell us when it's there? Can't you tell us down here as opposed to when it's here? Well, the point of all of this is so the next time you see that, you go, I know what I'm seeing there. I know that if that pivot holds, I got 80% odds. What? And where's the algo target? How many times have I shown that? I don't know, 40, 50,000 times? Over 6 years, at least that many times. Now, this is, I like this guy already. I think I swear I don't recognize that handle, so I think he's a new member. This is something I do as well. Like, if it's a little ambiguous in here, you might reference this just like, if I get in trouble in this count here, I might have to come back here. Because it does look like well, right off the bat, you get a shallow 2, right? So I'm going to move that so we can see in there a little bit. So if you're here, right, and again, you're going to miss trades. Get used to it. Right? You had all this imbalance down here. You're thinking, it's going to come down. Oh, geez, I'm lagging here. It's going to come down here and fill in this imbalance. It doesn't do it. Right? It's just, until you've been through a few crypto pumps. Shallow 2s are kind of part of the territory of it, right? It's just inherent in the asset class because people get impatient, right? Oh, shit. Oh, we're pumping. Oh. Right? So, but that doesn't mean that this would have been a trade. Like, so if you got away with this, if you were a buyer here, careful now, because you don't want to fall into like, I'm not going to wait anymore. See, again, just me personally, I would rather miss this trade than start buying 23.6 retracements as wave 2s. I'd rather miss this trade rather than break what I know will serve me well over time. I'm going to miss some trades, period. You're going to miss trades. But I don't want to, if I had this nice winner and I came back to review my trades here, I'm just going to go, I got away with one. Which is almost the worst case scenario here because you're going to be tempted to do it the next time. And the next time, then one of these times, right, the reality is going to hit you and you're going to say, I'm buying it too early. Where did they usually go? Again, that's all I'm saying to you. It's not don't buy it here. I'm just saying, okay, well, you got lucky on that one. Because the other thing we note here, that obviously this was a break of structure. Right, so as we got up here, we teased it. No. Right, often that's a tell that they're going to do it, right? They'll get right to it. It'll double or it'll be a tick or two off of it, and they're going to use that liquidity there. So those that, so there's going to be stops here, but now stops, right, can be this, or it can be we're going to use those stops as fuel to go because breakout traders will be there as well. And on this one, right, they got it, right? There's the initial push, shallow retrace. There's really nothing there to tell you, well, that's the 2. There's just nothing there, right? There's no way for you to know that. Now you can look in hindsight and say, oh, well, yeah, I would have taken that, right? No, I would absolutely never take that trade. Never, right? Because I'm buying a breakout here. So I'm going to let that go. And I'm not going to lose any sleep over it. I'm going to just let it go. Say, oh, hey, okay, well, breakout trades. See, breakout traders, they have to get one or two eventually, or they'll stop doing it, right? We want them to keep doing it. So they got one here, right? And they're going to get them. They're going to get them every now and then. So as a technician, we can look back here and say, okay, well, breakout traders, they got one. So 1, 2, shallow 2, right? What else are you going to call it? After this, you're kind of, whoa, don't have a lot of choices here. I mean, this 2 is probably a 50, right? This is nice, right? This was good. Probably, even that's a little front run on the 2, right? Again, shallow 2s are kind of inherent with crypto, particularly if you're going to get a pump. I can't. I want to say this is a meme coin, but I'm not positive. 1, 2. Okay. Do I have a completed impulse here? Looks like I could. Right. It's a little bumpy in there. He's making note of that. Let's go down. My machine's acting a little laggy. Let's see. No problem. Okay. It looks like it's better now. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Right. So I can see why he circled this. Because you start to choke on it. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Oh, that's too many 1, 2s. Or is it? Is there a better way to count this? Well, it could be, right? You could be adjusting this count. This is often the case. Counts change all the time as you adapt to what the market is doing, right, and what it's revealing. But right now, this looks pretty good. So if you just drew it, right, if you just looked at this and said, okay, do I have the right look? Now, granted, very shallow. Do I have the 3, right? That's like, he's putting the 3 up here. Do I have it? Looks like, okay, looks like there might be something here, right? It's an awfully good looking impulse. But again, I'm not saying that's the right count his runs. Never what I'm saying. I'm just looking at this going, is there another way to look at it? Well, if I get in here, 1, 2, right? What else could I do? Well, okay, let's get this one off of here. We're hovering on that median line, making the upper parallel. Well, let's just, you might measure, right? There's the 1. Now this is unusually shallow. Well, he's putting the 3, right? Again, this is well-crafted TA right here. He's putting the 3 at the most common location relative to the length of the 1, projected from the proposed 2. So are we going to get there? Well, it's a little, shallow 2, deeper 2, right? The 2s are a little iffy. Let's go to 30 and see if there's any clarity in that. Might put it over here just to allow for a little more time here. That might come into play here on the 4. 1, 2. God, can you get it? Well, you're kind of stuck with that 2 there. It looks like this could be an impulse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's doable, right? This is a little, it's not what you want, right? You don't really want to double. Like, oh, that looks like a 3. It looks like you might have a WXY there. So this potentially could float up higher. You'd have to push the 4 over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm not trying to tear his count apart. I'm just looking for alternates. You can kind of dig in here and see for yourself. This is clean, right? So we're clean right here. This is often, again, this is why I do it this way. This is the process. You got to work through here and say, where is there absolutely no doubt that I have an impulse, right? Right there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I've got this has to be accounted for. The wild card here is it the 1, 2, right? Or am I going 3, 4, 5, right? Again, same thing. There's no the 2s are so shallow it would make you hesitate. See, I think he's taking the right approach here in that he's going with it. He's highlighted, okay, I might get in trouble here. If I do, right, if this keeps going, I might have to recount back here. Or if it starts to come down, maybe I got to reevaluate. But this is really, really good technical work. This, if it was me, I'd keep this right here, right? This is the, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. It's a lot of 1, 2s. But high class problem, right? If you're long here. That's a solid one. And you can make the same case here, right? You probably got something here you can lean on. Another one that's just solid, right? So that's often how I would teach, whether it's belt system or just supervisors in a one-on-one. Let's just say, where can I absolutely nail down the impulses? And the threes. Where are the fives? Where are the threes? This is back to, okay, call your fifth grader in here and let's see, can you count a 5 and a 3? Do I have a clean 5? Do I have an impulse there? Yes, I have another impulse there. So how do we string these together? Right? Can we string them together so that it makes sense? Follows good Elliott rules and guidelines. 1, 2, question mark. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. God, there's another 1, 2 in there. This is the one that I think is iffy. 1, 2. Again, high class problem. So is there a trade there? Well, everything you're doing here, you would have to approach it as though you just had one complete impulse and you're looking for the next event. That'd be up here. Are we going to get a 2 here? 3? Are we going to get a 4 here? 3, 4, if this is the 5, right? Am I going to extend? Because I'm looking for the 3 up here. So how am I going to get there? Well, it looks like this could be ABC. Going in. For the 4? Well, that's deep for a 4. Let's get the 4. Oh, where are you? All right, we're going to do it right here. A to the 38, pretty common. Little kickback to the 23. Hold the 50, hold the median line. But I'd keep these highlighted, right? So if it starts to break, right? Well, here we break this. That's pretty significant. That might alter what you did here. 1, 2. All right. So right here, if I'm looking at that, I'm waiting. Right by the book. I'd be waiting for some little 3 to come in to give me a B, and then I'd come down for the 4. I'd be looking for that on the median line. Red is the median line. Come down to the median line. Is it 3, 4? What am I looking for? I'm looking for 5 up here at the outer parallel. This has got to be here, I think. So that's got to go up a degree. And then this has to go up a degree. Oh, that's a 30-minute, right? So we're getting pretty... come on. Oh, come on. My machine's locking up. There we go. Looks impulsive. I want that. Because this, it could just keep going, right? We don't know. All we know is that right now I'm at the 38 and I'm pausing, getting a little bounce. I want this. I wouldn't, because of the trend here, I wouldn't be interested in the short. It's just I don't, go counter trend. I don't have time for it. So I'd be looking for this, and I'd be looking down here going, okay, well, if I get this, right, we can see, okay, so you can imagine volume profile. You're going to have a high volume node here. I'm going to look for this. To get up to, where do they usually go? Get up into that. That would just be the 5 of 3, then the 4, right? So you get a full roadmap here. It doesn't mean it's going to follow it, but right now, per what I can see here, per this beautiful 5 here, I'm waiting for the 3. Per this beautiful 5, I didn't get much of a retrace here. But if I'm pulling from the 2 here, the proposed 2, how did I do here? Right to the 38. Where's the most common location for a wave 4 between the 23 and the 38? What do we do? If you stick with, well, first you have to know, and second, you have to, well, where do they usually go? Wouldn't that be the first thing you would say? Oh, well, I don't know, shit, is that the 4? I don't know, where do they usually go? Wouldn't that be the thought process? I don't know. If I've got 27 trillion different examples from every time frame over the last 100 years, where do they usually go? What does the data say? Not what does some fuckhead on Twitter say? What does the data say? What are the numbers? What do the statistics say? Where do they usually go? Well, I'm certainly not going to enter there. Well, everybody knows that. I want to trade where they don't normally go. Is that your edge, being a moron? Well, morons get it right every now and then. I shouldn't say that. That's terrible. Excuse me. Okay, crypto Janus, total 3. Total 3. Everybody's trying to decide if we're going to have a big alt season or not. It's teasing it. Okay, crypto Janus, he knows how to do these. Give me a sec here to get his link. All right, let's leave. God, I swear, my machine's acting a little buggy. I think it's laggy like that. I almost think it's going to crash in any minute. Come on. Well, you guys are lagging behind me, so you won't see this yet. Oh, come on. There we go. Okay, so I've got, what does he want? He wants total 3 lower right. So I got, this is where I've got a lot open, I will admit that. I closed a lot before I started this. Come on. Oh, it's really taking a minute to load here. Oh, come on. There we go. All right, let's see if I can copy it. There we go. I don't know why it's acting weird today. Bear with me, guys. I'm just going as fast as I can click. I'm not on Wi-Fi. I'm hardwired right in, so it's not like I have bad Wi-Fi. Okay, so here we go. Total market cap, excluding Bitcoin, ETH, and the stable coins. Let's see, right? This should tell us something. Okay, now Crypto Janus, right? He's a TA enthusiast, right? He likes lots of lines, lots of numbers. It's always easier when you do it. It's a little hard for me to follow this here, so let me bear with me just while I clean it up just a little bit. I take volume off, not because I don't value volume. Oh, come on. Just to free up some screen real estate, I would typically put it in something below. Okay, 1, 2. Oh, he likes to mix in a little Wyckoff. You got a nice little head and shoulders here. You know, head and shoulders, if you think of it, right, is nothing more than the same thing we describe all the time, right? Here's the liquidity sweep, right? Here's grabbing the liquidity, right, from the people who had their stop here. Then here's when I say, oh, I wouldn't sit here with the limit order, I'd wait for that next move and then the first retrace. That's the classic W, right? So this is what you're, oh, God damn it, come here. This is what you've got, right? There's your, and then off we go, right? So where's your stop, right? Oh, this machine is lagging today. Don't like that. All right, let's, okay, are we going to go? All right, Crypto Janus, you know I love you, man, but I got to clean some of this up. I can't see it in there. And since you use all one color, it makes it harder for me. Okay, now I can get a look. Okay, so I got a 1, 2. Okay, so we're coming off of the low. Here's the new administration, right? We know what's happening. Okay, so alts. Well, the thing that you would certainly notice here is that we've overlapped the 1, so it eliminates reduces the possibility that we've gone 1, 2. Well, that's not likely to be 3, right? You would not likely be thinking diag because I've got an impulse in the 1, right? So just that process of elimination, it's pretty, I mean, there's almost no way around it, right? At 1, 2, not going to be 3. What does that leave, right? That's the beauty of Elliott Wave, right? It's the decision matrix. Oh, it can't be a 3, so what's left? Well, could it be an ABC? Or I suppose you could probably, if you wanted to just be as pessimistic as possible. Yeah, okay, I suppose ABC, I guess it could be. But what do I get? Oh, shit, this is going to be, let's go 3, 3, 5 into a W, so we get a W here. Let's see, ABC into an A. I can't see in there. what's happening right here? WXY. Okay, so that's a WXY. A. What's he doing? A. Oh, this looks a little off here in CryptoJanice. ABC into an A, but then I'm coming down here into you got an impulse here. So this is just a tiny bit off here. If I'm following your count, and crypto, I don't know if you're watching now, but you'll look at this eventually, right? So I got an A, B, C into an A, but then you got an impulse, and you're labeling that a B. So that it could be, right? I've done this before. I did this the other day. I just forgot to adjust my count because I was focused on something else, right? So you've got an ABC, it's something that completes here. How are we going to redo this? The W is good. You want to get your X here. I see what you're doing. Can we get that? This looks clean. Okay, I see that. I see it. Okay, so this could be that I'm just not reading what you did here. I think this is where you got. This is where it gets off a little bit. So come here, God damn it, come here. So we go A, B, C into that B. Oh Jesus, my machine's acting weird. B, C. Here we go. Okay, so we got it. Could be he just hadn't adjusted it. So there's the A, B, C into the B, which gives us an X. All right, so we're doing just so I know it's a little tricky. So there's, fuck me. There's, come here. I got 3 into an A. I got 3 into a B. I got 5 into a C. Oh, come on, machine. There's a W. Then I go A, B, C into an X. Now A, oh Jesus Christ, B, C into a Y. I'm going to pull this off just because it's a little confusing. Okay, right? So then, so I've got a candidate here, right? Just at this moment, it's just a candidate, right? Oh shit, that could be the 2. That could be the 2. That could be it. Come on, machine. Oh, jeez, I don't know why it is lagging so badly today. I don't have that much open. Usually it means I've got too many tabs open. Come on. Oh, you fucker. Come on. There we go. Okay, coming out of here. Oh, this is a little tricky. All right, so you're kind of stuck with this. Well, you can see what he's doing. He's working backwards. Let's go down to a 4. It is often the case with Elliott. You got to work backwards, right? So the last thing we can see here is a 3. Oh God! I swear to God, I got to reboot my machine. Something is acting very weird. All right, so here. Oh come on! Holy fuck, guys! This is really annoying. I don't know why it's acting this way. Hang on, there we go. I'm so sorry. Makes for a shitty live stream for me and you. Okay, so the last thing that we get here is this, right? He's got to come out of here. Oh, Jesus Christ. I may not be able to make this work. Oh, God, this would annoy the shit out of me if I was watching. He's got to deal with this, right? I've got this little move here, so I got to work backwards. So if I work backwards, 1, 2 seems reasonable. That looks like an impulse, right? So it's a little bit, oh. Jesus Christ. It's when, again, right, we're talking about, this is not a tradable asset, right? So the Elliott can be a little elusive here. I might simplify this, to be perfectly honest with you. I think I would just do it this way. Does it matter, right? That's the question, right? This is a little bit more, Elliott specific. Like, does it matter, right? I would look at this and say, okay, I can probably turn this into some sort of a diag like this. Okay, 1, 2, right? What do I care? What do I care about here? Because this is, again, this is not a tradable asset, right? So applying Elliott here can be useful, or you gotta. I would then take it right to the specific coins. Where do we go? Oh fuck me! Come on. Now, no sooner am I saying, well, you can't trade this thing, right? This is just a collection of assets, right? Well, something I need to say there? Where do we pivot? Something I need to say there? Where do we pivot? Golden zone. Where's the target? I know. It seems like, how can that be, man? This is it. How can that be? How can it be? The algo's not in here trading this. How can that be? I mean, it's right in front of your face. Oh, come on. Jesus Christ. This is just a bad juju on this live stream. I tell you what, guys, if this keeps doing this, we might have to call it early. I have no idea why it's lagging like this. Holy fuck. Straight shot. Well, here's the algo target, right? It's, again, algos are not trading this, right? But there it is, right? Technical is technical. Looks like we're going up here to finish something. We're going to finish the 5, right? Again, same idea. If this is the 1 and that's the 2, are you thinking that's the 3? I wouldn't. I'd be thinking, oh shit, do I have another 1? All right, do I have a candidate here for another 2? Oh God, right? So all he's done is just mark out, well, okay, well, would that make sense for it to come back like this? Swear to God, guys, I'm going to give this another couple of minutes and then we're going to bail because this is just too frustrating. Okay, so if I get the 5 up here, what would I be looking for here? My guess is that's going to be coming out of that golden back to the 50. You might bring that down a little bit lower, right? If it's going to be a 1, 2. He might have been just playing off of the order blocks there. We're going to come a little bit lower. Okay, we're going to do, again, this is just a free draw, right? We do something like this would be more ideal. That last kick up. Holy shit, look at this thing freeze. This is so, it really does not normally do this, guys. I don't know. It's just bad juju today. All right, hang on. Let's see. Maybe it's this. Hang on. All right, so I'm gonna get off of this and see if maybe it's this. I don't know what it is. God damn it! It's making me very frustrated. I can't even get my fucking mouse. Where? I'll tell you what, guys. Okay, let's do this. Man, this is. I would be so annoyed if I was watching. So I completely understand if you guys are like, "Oh, this is silly." I don't know. I can't even get it to. There we go. Okay, let's try. I'll soldier on here until if it's just unbearable, then we'll just call it. Can't get you off of there. It's just not my usual experience. I don't know why I'm having this. Okay, come on, highlight it. Let's try. He's giving me Bitcoin on the 1 hour in linear. He's missing a wave 5 up that could start right now. Okay, let's see what he's thinking. Okay, he's giving me a 1 hour. Not with any luck. Oh, come on, you motherfucker. Come on. Okay. Okay, so he's going with the idea that we've done. Okay, well, so you got to think here a little bit. Okay, I'm gonna pull this off a sec. Now, it's a little bit of a. I mean, this really looks like an impulse, right? So, A, B. I mean, we're all kind of dealing with that going, shit, this sure looks like an impulse. But it doesn't really fit if it's going to be an impulse. So what's the workaround here? Hang on, I'm trying to think of something, anything I can do to make this lag less. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. It looks like a, you know, had the same issue, right? I was thinking, okay, well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, A, B, C, maybe, right? I mean, either way, we end up at the same place, A, B, C into a B. Now, but if we're going to do it that way as a flat, right, it doesn't quite work. Remember, a flat is a 3, 3, 5, and we don't get a 5. We get a 3. We get a B, C. So is there an alternate? Yes, there is, right? Fortunately. CryptoJanice, what would your thought be, right? So I've got an ABC, ABC, ABC. Well, you know, I mean, one thought was it was going to turn into a triangle, but now we've got an impulse coming out of this. So I think there's just one additional level of layering here to accommodate this, right? And so it's not a flat because we got 3, 3, 3. So we get a WXY. God damn. It's annoying. A, B, C, B. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? So A, B, C. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, yeah, we got to do that as a diag. Can we do it as a diag? Yeah, it looks like it. Oh, Jesus Christ. I'm so sorry. One, A, B, C. It's a little, you know, this, right? So we lose the impulse. I'm on a 60, right? So, okay, well, let's lean into the idea that we've got a 1, right? We've got a diag 1 into a 2. Oh, looks like it's technical. Break the gold, then we go 707. What do we got here? I think that's VWAP. Is it? It's either VWAP or one of the, maybe VWAP. Should we lose Al here? That's all right, right? It's still from an Elliott perspective, right? It's not like that's disqualifying as a 2, but what's important now is what comes off of this. So Bitcoin here is looking a little sloppy today. Who knows why, but okay. 1, 2. Well, what's the first concern is, oh, that doesn't look like much of a 3, does it? I'm going to a 15. I probably shouldn't challenging my machine here for whatever's going on with it. But can I get a 3 into there? Oh, yeah, you might be able to do an ABC into this low here. Sure got challenged here. That's not an impulse, right? That's a 3, so that's just part of the correction, so that's not encouraging. You might have to push this down a little bit. I'm at a 15. I really don't want to go lower than that. WX could bring it down, right? So what's the key level here? 116, right? I was posting this in the Discord the other day. If 116 breaks, right, where all of a sudden, right, things are going to look a little bit uglier. Right now, okay, it's a bit of a stretch. But you can see the ABC in the middle of it. Ugh. I might actually come over here. Maybe this helps us a little bit. We go, because that's a 3, right? So we go A, B, C, candidate. But I can't go 1, 2. So this just becomes a little bit of a mystery zone. I don't know. No necessarily particularly attractive edge here that you can get out of this. I'd want to see something like this, right? As he's kind of laying it out here. Holy fuck. Now I'm locked up again. What time is it? Oh, God, guys, that could have locked me in. It's just weird. It's just weird some days. It's just weird. Technology is weird that way. I think he's actually done the exact same thing, the right thing here. There is no trade here. There's no edge, right? There's no pattern recognition here. There's nothing that I can look at and say, oh, they swept the lows. There's displacement. There's a fair value gap. It's just, okay, well, I'm a little bumpy here, and I'm down on a 15-minute, which I strongly encourage Elliott 60 minutes and above. Okay, I'll wait. I'm not in a hurry. Right? I mean, you could say, well, fuck it, man. We're in a raging bull market. Just buy it. Okay, but then what do you need to be technical about it for? Well, if you're just buying it because you think it's going to go higher, well, fucking buy it. That's not why you're here. You're here because I want to try and get a precision entry or something that would be consistent with how I view the market. That's all I'm trying to do. WXY, right? We could go into an XZ and we're going to go lower. This, right? So the place to be looking for an entry is right here. Give me the one and the retrade, right? Because I could even do that with a little bit of leverage, right? I'm going to take a very small amount of risk. I mean, this would be absolutely, virtually guarantees that we're going lower if we break this pivot. Well, I shouldn't say it that way. You could come down here and sweep that low, but you've got a couple of pivots down here that are just barking at you, right? This one, of course, right, would be a reasonable target if they're going to sweep this, right? Get some of that liquidity because you think there might be some stops here. Yes, I promise you there are, right? It's like every pivot, just like they're there, right? Every pivot has liquidity behind it. So if were they just going to sweep this one and leave this one alone? There's no knowing, but that would surprise me. Holy fuck, this is just weird. And there's nothing I can do about it. When you're mid-live stream, you just got to roll with it. Okay, WXY. You might end up with an XZ coming in here, right? So again, but no trade. I just don't think you have an edge there. No, it's not that I don't think you don't. Oh, good God, come on. My whole machine is just acting so weird. Oh, fuck me, come on. No. Oh, man, I'm just having a bad day here. ETH linear. Oh, God damn, what is it? Is it this group of charts, maybe? ETH 4 hour. I can't get there. Oh, man. Anyone who's still here, I would really appreciate you because this is really a buzzkill for me. I do not know what's going on. Why that is so fucked up. Okay, there we go. Now we're going to go Ethereum up here. ETH, all of a sudden, after going 2 years going nowhere, all of a sudden got interesting again. Okay, let's try again. Interesting. Okay, let's go out a little bit here and get some perspective on this, see what he's thinking. Okay. Well, this is some nice work here. So we're coming off of a 50. We get an ABC, right? So we get a 5. Well, that's the finishing of 5. WXY into the 4, up to the 5 gives us the 1. ABC into a 2. Looks like that's a 50, but I don't know what he's pulling from. I think he's pulling from this. Right, okay, right, so there we go. Nice ping on the 50. Let's sum it up. Now he's doing this, so I know why he's doing this here, but I'm going to pull it off here. Oh, Jesus, fuck me. I'm locked, that's why. Okay. So let's draw it. Let's just see, do we have the right look? 1, 2, 3. Oh, that's a little tricky in there. Oh, we got it. It's decent, right? This would be the spot I'd be like, oh, okay. That's a 3 hour. Let's. Oh fuck! This fucks me up here. Okay. Maybe that's a little better. Well, one thing to note here, you can see how this is all self-contained in the channel, right? Which is kind of the cornerstone in my mind, right? If I don't have good channeling, I'm very reluctant to take a trade, right? So I've got this completed impulse all self-contained in that channel, right? That's how you want them. Oh, come on. Weirdest day. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Okay, I can see how you're doing this. So you got the 3. That's a small correction, but Well, let's take this up a degree. Oh, Jesus Christ. Come on. Okay, maybe we won't. Okay, so here's the 1, here's the 2. 1, 2, 3. This is the spot that looks a little iffy to me. Into the 4, but it's okay. It'll fly, right? It's got the right ingredient, right? We stop progressing the trend. We just stall, and then I get a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So that looks good. We just got to get this. I'm not going to fuck with it because my machine. Fuck, this is annoying. God damn it. I swear to God, guys, I may have. See, I got bugs galore here. That's. Oh, you guys can't see that, but that's. Something's up for my machine today. That's. Thinkorswim crashing as well. So I got computer issues today. This may crash on me at any second. Started with the mic, and now I've got this problem here. So some days live streams just aren't going to cooperate. Okay, and I'm locked up again. Holy fuck! I may just call this, guys. This is just I couldn't stand it if I was watching this. Yeah, this is just too fucking annoying. Let's see, what have I got down here below? Yeah, I'm going to call it, guys. I'm having so much trouble. I don't know what the problem is. I'm sorry, guys. I do apologize. And to anyone that had posted here, I can't even, my whole machine is just locked. It's just fucked up. All right, I'm going to call it. Sorry, guys. We want to be continued. I'll try and hit some of these on Friday. Everything is just fucked up. I do not know what is going on. So I'm going to call it. This must be unbearable to watch, right? So I don't want to make you guys suffer anymore. Those of you that hung around, I appreciate you. We'll get it sorted out. I'll be back on track next week, and I'll be back on Friday, and I'll try and hit some of these that are worthwhile. Okay, guys. Sorry for the technical problems. Catch you.